Could you help Dora find the doorbell? Where is it?
Who the fuck is this? Why are you at my front door dressed like Dora?
Hola, do you want to be Dora's sugar daddy?
Do I look like a daddy?
I don't think he swings Dora's way. Can you say gay in Spanish?
When someone's lying and, they look up and to the left or up and to the right or down and to the left or down and to the right, teaching them the concept a lot further just by telling somebody to say hi. You can get a lot further by teaching just basic psychology like mirroring or pop words, and certain things. These dudes ain't even worthy for the most part of neuro-linguistic programming. So you can offer it, but offer it as an exclusive service. So somebody that's interested in it goes looking for it. Because if you give that type of game away to brothers, they're not going to be thankful for it. They're not even going to remember your name or whoever taught them that shit. They're not even going to know what the hell they do. They're just going to breeze past it. Women will come to you to learn neuro-linguistic programming before guys do. Women. So it's best that it's an exclusive service. Yeah, they won't know about mapping filters. They don't know about the swish pattern. They don't know about none of that stuff. I would talk about it more, but the channel, I gotta get past certain areas and stuff like that. But I talk about that stuff all the time. People just don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and it's like, well, dudes are fucking lazy. Oh, I don't feel I gotta do all of that. Well, then don't get what the fuck you want. Don't complain. I don't feel I should have to do all of that. Lazy niggas are lazy. I don't feel I got to do all of that, then proceeds to use the internet to find a shortcut that he's not going to do or use anyway. And I'm glad you asked that question, and I'm glad I could be of some assistance, because I can help you with the that type of content. I'm very much interested in that type of content. I will go looking for that type of content. I will go looking for that type of content. But unfortunately, when you serve men, you're going to get fucked up in the game and you'll get left for the wolves for the most part. But shout outs to the men that really do look out for good content. Shout outs to the men that really do support other brothers that support them. Shout outs to the men that knows. Shout outs to the men that hit the like button. And shout outs to the men that supports the show. Shout outs to Ebo Sosa. I know Ebo Sosa supports the show. I know Bronze Flat Power God supports the show. I know a lot of the gentlemen that comes through, they support the show. Yeah, no problem, bro. Let me know how it goes. And if I can help you, I'll definitely help you out. I got some services and stuff that I offer. I definitely can help. All right. But on today's show, I'm going over the cost of helping men. Because the cost of helping men, depending on what we're talking about, for the most part, though, just helping men is a thankless, fucked up job that will get you fucked up in the game. Recently, the FBI, or the not even the FBI, but the Department of Homeland Security, put a list together. The manosphere is a danger to society and all this other goofball, BS that they're talking about. Not, women teaching other women how to kill men, and not women teaching other women how to, poison men and use men, destroy men, wreck homes, do stuff. Not women calling for the abortion of black kids, not women calling for none of that stuff. Oh, they're not the problem. It's the men. It's the men. It's the men. What's going on, Devin D? Shout outs to you, player. Welcome to the show. It's the men teaching men how not to get used. Teaching men not to get unalived on a date. Teaching men how to watch out for people that's, out to harm them. You're a bad man if you teach men not to get used. Because when men get used, it stimulates the economy. You're a bad man to teach men how the world that they're supposed to be serving works. You know what I'm saying? Starting it off right. Shout outs to my bro, Ebo Sosa, dropping the huge $20 on the Cash App. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta look in the Rolodex. Shout outs to Ebo Sosa dropping the huge 20 on the Cash App. Now I'm about to get y'all hella games. Starting the show off super right. Hold on, y'all. Okay, my StreamYard's acting a tomfoolery. Shout outs to Ebo Sosa dropping the huge $20 on the Cash App. Hold on.
Ooh, ooh, yeah, big bag.
Dropping a huge bag. What's going on, Stoic? On the Cash App. If you're not subscribed to Ebo Sosa, I definitely want y'all to use your wrench. Head over to his channel. Hit the subscribe button. All right. He got hella game. And it's not just game. He's funny as hell. Go check out his shorts. The shorts are hilarious. You dig? He said, you know how I do, bro. CMB, we all we got. I appreciate you, man. Most definitely. But look, you're a horrible person if you decide to wake up one day and help men and help your fellow brother. Did y'all know mediocre tutorials and reviews got put on the FBI list? They actually have a top 10 list. They got 21 studios on there. They got Just Pearly Things on it. They got, actually, I'll just play the video. I'll just go play the video. Hold on. I'll just show y'all the video. Hold on, y'all. And you got all of these other dudes that are following and attaching themselves to the space. Yeah, man, this shit crazy. You got a whole bunch of other dudes that like LTTV and the Duke and Dons and stuff that are following and attaching themselves to the space, talking cash shit about this space, acting like they ain't finna be next. Like we haven't seen this before. Check this out. Hold on, y'all. Feds have labeled him a male supremacist.
The conversation that I have for you guys today will be the most pivotal conversation that I've ever had on this platform. So buckle up, because today we will go there. But before we do, shout out to my community. You guys have sent me this case study, this article, an uncountable amount of times. And I will admit, I looked at this about a week or so ago, and when I saw that they ranked me 2 out of 10 on the male supremacy index for content creators, I immediately thought to myself, how incompetent of the researchers, how incompetent of the authors to create something like this to so inaccurately describe what it is that I do up here. Let me just throw this thing away, because who would ever want to believe something like this? But you guys continue to
Male
send it to me,
supremacy.
which allowed me to do additional.
And then also too, I want my ADOS, my real ADOS and FBA brothers to really pay attention to some of the stuff I'm saying here also, because guess what? They are labeling, and this is a term that's been out for years now, but it's resurfacing. If you're an advocate for Black American people, mind you, they will label you a BIE. Now, what is BIE? Listen to these terms. A male supremacist. Oh, don't go against feminism. Feminism is bad, but a male supremacist. What the fuck does that mean? If you are an ADOS or FBA brother, they will label you a BIE, a Black identity extremist. Time for us to start fighting back against these terms, y'all. Out of all people, they put mediocre tutorials and reviews number 2 on the male supremacy list. Disgusting.
Research to understand the implications of exactly what it is. See, we live in a world today where standing up for yourself as a man is not only demonized, but
so you got 17-year-olds and OnlyFans, people walking around naked. You got all of this shit going on, but if you wake up and choose to help Black men, shouts to Bronze Flat Power God. If you wake up and choose to help Black men, you're a male supremacist.
Apparently, there are government organizations that are funding control of what you watch. And they're doing it blatantly right up here on YouTube. Again, the implications of what this means for not only myself, but pro-masculine content is insane. But this is the discussion that we must have. So what is good old MTR talking about? There is an NGO, a non-government organization called Diverting Hate, which is funded by, among others, the Department of Homeland Security. You'll see that written right down here. Who, by the way, should be utilizing our tax dollars to protect or to tighten up our borders, keeping us safe, securing our nation from the very real threats that we are facing. These very competent people over at Diverting Hate, with the support of the DHS, have again put me on a list, crowning me number 2 male supremacist right up here on YouTube. But here goes the actual list right here. You'll see me up at number 2. Now, I know what you're saying to yourself.
And then now niggas start suing for slander and defamation of character. Now they gonna be wrong. Okay.
Which is, what the hell is male supremacy? They actually have written definitions of exactly what it means, and we're going to go directly through all of that. And truth be told, honestly, I'd be happy to wear number 2 if I thought that this shit was accurate. But these smooth brains put me above, amongst others, Fresh and Fit and Just Pearly Things. Really? Just Pearly Things, the platform who actively advocates for women not being able to vote, which begins, by the way, to tease out the sheer incompetence.
So look who they got. They got Sandman. What the fuck? They got Sandman at the top. Hi, everyone. Sandman here. They got Sandman at the top. They got MTR at the top. LOM, Legion of Men, at the top. Rolo Tomasi at the top. Not even Fresh and Fit's main channel, their Clips channel. I guess that causes more damage. At the top. Rich Cooper, Entrepreneur in Cars, at the top. Just Pearly Things. Bro, they got Steph is Cold at the top. At the top, y'all. Then the guy, remember I was playing him yesterday. Yesterday. Uh and I just took his channel off. We were talking about Bumble. They got Aaron Clary at the top. Told you Aaron knows what he's talking about. Uh Araco TV, that sounds familiar. And 21 Studios. Yeah, this is gold, man. This is gold. They got them on a list. Oh yeah. Look at this. Yeah, Sandman is still active. Hi everyone, Sandman here. What the fuck is Sandman gonna do? You dig? But see, these are direct enemies. You know, shout outs to Antisocial Socialite Podcast. Absolutely. People that in charge, people that I keep telling y'all, people that are in charge of crimes break the biggest laws. People that deem themselves in charge of crimes breaks the biggest laws. Mind you, this is a country that says they have free speech. So women can get on here and YouTube has to do something about it years later, talking about the eradication of a certain particular ethnic group's children. No one says nothing. And that's the thing too. When they talk about police the police, that won't work because after a while you're gonna have to police the people that's policing the police. Justice is a concept because, like Richard Pryor say, when you go to jail looking for when you go to the courts and the jail looking for justice, that's all you find. Just us. You don't get justice, you find just us. Now, Aaron Clary actually talked about this, and this is another reason why our sectors aren't liked, but makes YouTube a lot of money, by the way, and makes a lot of people a lot of money. They figured out a way to make money from this stuff, other than the people that at the mercy and at the the basically at our expense. The reason why they don't like this type of rhetoric to a certain degree, depending on how deep you go down this quote unquote man supremacy rabbit hole, the reason why they don't like it, y'all, is because when you teach men, this is the thing. They've duped women into feminism. They've duped women into feminism. So much so that the economy expanded. So much so that the economy expanded, and the economy does not work like a rubber band. The economy is not one size fits all. So the economy will never go back to its original size, kind of like a stretched out vagina. Even though a vagina is more so of a muscle, it can, depending on how you take care of it, it can actually go back to its size. I don't know why I threw that in there, but we're talking about women. So a lot of women realize this and they want to go back to being housewives, which that's a pipe dream for a lot of women and just the average American. Okay? Yeah, Sandman here. Right, right, right. So what happens is there has to be certain ways and means because women are emotional spenders. You don't have to do that much to get women to convince them to spend their money on something. You understand what I'm saying? And the government fuels this and takes advantage of this. It's harder to get men to spend money because to a certain degree men are emotional spenders, but logically it got to make sense before men come up off that paper. Government don't give a fuck about that. They're like, okay, y'all could be logical spenders all you want because we can still get that money out of you through women. You understand what I'm saying? Women in a lot of cases have disposable cash, but that cash goes unaccounted for the most part, and it bleeds back into the economy because they will spend it on earrings and all kinds of stuff, and drugs and food and just all kinds of just different knickknacks and shit that they buy. So some of it gets stimulated back into the economy, majority of it does not. And they find different types of ways to get men to marry. Like COVID was supposed to create more relationships because now everybody's indoors, and it was supposed to help another, baby boom. A lot of different little things that happens, they don't like us telling you stuff like this. Aaron Clary talks about how when men check out, not only is he not dealing with women and giving his money back to women, which feeds into the economy by proxy, he also talked about how a lot of men would just kind of really not really pour back into the society. Not get real jobs, sit home, play video games, just check out. He really has no purpose. There's no reason for certain things. And even if he does have a purpose, he's not going to spend it on, but the government would like him to spend it on. Taking the money to a certain degree and funneling it out the country, which America does also. A lot of different things that have men waking up to not just the reality of women, but society and the role in society. It's not just women have you duped in a lot of cases. Society, tradition, the tradition men try to uphold and get punished for, has you duped. So when you have somebody that can look past women, because this really isn't about the women, this really is them giving you truths and political truths and things like that, that's when it becomes a problem because America needs your participation. When Tariq Nasheed, and a couple of other brothers years ago was telling black men not to vote and black people not to vote, a lot of people thought I was crazy. A lot of people didn't understand what's going on. And to this day, black people got their asses up in the air and they vote for people that don't never do shit for them. They don't like us giving you information such as the American the American, government wants everybody to participate in voting because even in Europe and the UK and in Great Britain and all these other places and stuff like that, they used to have kings and queens. And I'm paraphrasing, but if you look at how a castle is set up, a castle is built for war because they would have uprisings when the people wouldn't be happy and stuff like that. And when the people would get mad, you know what I'm saying? They would storm the castles. So those castles, they were built for war. Even look at the steps. If you go look at those steps that spiral around to the left, if you're in the middle of a war situation and you have a heavy axe, you being right-handed can swing that axe around that step and get a full swing. and the weight of that axe coming down, more so than somebody trying to go up a set of steps to the left and getting attacked that way. If you ever look at a kingdom or a castle, it's kind of built like a church. The king and the queen are on the furthest walls in that room with their backs to the wall. People gotta bow down to them. That way, if somebody wanted to attack them, they have time to react. Because you have to get up off your knees first and then attack. That way, if somebody wanted to do something to them, they would see the danger coming forward. All of that stuff is built for an uprising. The drawbridge, all of that stuff. Okay? Right, Antisocial Socialite Podcast. Oligarchs, exactly. Exactly. And also, it's like Antisocial Socialite Podcast said. If he has no wife and kids, there's less incentive to do certain things or to pour into certain things. Also, this is why they got a lot of single dudes paying child support. This is why they don't care if you drag an innocent man down to court. They're going to find some way to get some money up out of him. Tory Lanez, a couple of people. You see it all the time. But how they hide behind it is they say it's the state. So again, also, if you look at the church, it's built the same way. If you look at certain things, it's built the same way. What the government needs from the people so that there is no uprising is they need you to participate. They need your full-on participation. Your participation is gold, not who you vote for. They need you to participate so that if you vote for somebody and they don't do what they told you they were going to do, you will feel less reluctant to rebel. You will feel less reluctant to get mad. You will feel less reluctant to be upset or angry. Why? Because you participated. You participated in the process of getting people to vote. They even give you nigga trinkets for voting. You get a little bullshit sticker. You feel like you did something, and you ain't did shit. Now, is it worth voting for certain people? Yes. If you don't believe in two heads on the same snake. But they give you nigga trinkets for it. So that you can look down on somebody else because it's like, I voted, did you? And see, that's the problem. You don't make a difference and blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up, please. Now, if you vote, am I mad at you? Am I gonna? No, hell no. I'm just giving you the game. You can take it and do what you want with it. You know? But they want y'all to vote to gauge if the people also do have the balls to actually rebel. And you should see what these politicians do for the black vote. Because it's a game they got to play in front of you to act like they're looking out for your best interest. It's a game they got to play in front of you to act like they're in it for the people. It's a game that they have to play in front of you to make it seem like you and the things that you do matter. For real, it's a game, and it makes a lot of money too. It makes a lot of money. It makes a lot of money because presidents aren't elected; they're selected. And I'm not gonna get into a bloodline battle with you. I'm not gonna get into some of the goofball shit that y'all hear. You know what's going on, Star P? But it's a game that you know, and this is kind of what they don't want people to tell you. But it is what it is. You know. Now is the government bad? I don't know. I don't know. Because I agree with the government. You can't give all the information to everybody. A lot of shit is classified. You know, a lot of shit is classified. And people will panic. You know, you said the government is a smokescreen. We're really in a corporate we're really in a corporatocracy, a corporatocracy run by oligarchs who literally consider themselves born diving. The government parties are a smokescreen. This is a corporatocracy, corporatocracy ran by oligarchs who literally believe they're born divine to lead. My bad. It's all ancient Greece influenced and backed by Roman muscle. I don't believe in aliens because I believe if there is like a UFO or a flying saucer or anything like that, I think if we ever shot one down or if one ever went down, there'll be humans in it before I would think an extraterrestrial would be in it. But I do believe in spirits and jinns and stuff like that. I do believe in entities existing on different planes. You know, y'all hit the like button, support the show. Hit the like button, support the show. This is why I'm asking y'all where all these manosphere cats come from. Sit up here repeating everything that we say. There used to be a handful of manosphere cats. Devin, do you know what I'm talking about? Now it's too many manosphere cats repeating shit, and they've never been in these spaces. Like, where did you come from? When did you get the balls to start saying shit like that? Niggas would fear shit like this. Niggas feared shit like this. And mediocre tutorials and reviews, he just got here. Compared to all of the shit that been going on in this space. All of these people are so geeked to get on here and talk like how we used to talk back in the day. Repeating our talking points. Don't give nobody credit. Repeating our sayings. Okay.
And bias of the authors of this report. But even outside the incompetence, the authors use the tried and true methods of positioning content creators like myself as being a hate group, so much to the extent that it's laughable. So we're going to go through components of this case study today that is reflective of me, myself, and my channel, because what they've attempted to do is to bucket all content creators.
Kind of like some masonry shit, if you knew what you were talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Together as if we all believe in the same things, or if we all teach the same things, or if all of our audiences behave in the same way, label us all of these weaponized words such as extremist and male supremacist, which, by the way, is a derivative of white supremacist, but they're utilizing those words as weapons against content creators that were restoring power.
Shout outs to Life in the building. Life said it's called a plutocracy, where the rich and corporations rule instead of the bloodlines and the kingdoms. Yeah, that used to start the revolutions and the rebellions back in the day. It's like Who's the king and queen? And why are we starving? Why did we have so little and they have so much? And they would uprise, against the castles, Right, right. I mean, look at Korea. It's happening in Korea. You dig?
Or to men.
Y'all come on in. Hit that like button, man. Let's get it.
And one of the major goals of my platform, along with having a critical discussion to understanding the nature of both men and women, is to give men
Right, Devin
the
D,
information
absolutely.
to live a joyous life. Provide them information in regards to the
I think the World Bank has a lot to do with it, life. We'll talk about it.
inadequacies of the family court system. Provide them information that tells them that they are in a patriarchal regime and should feel bad for being a man because of that. To provide them with the correct information that no, your masculinity is not toxic by trade, but there are biological factors and reasonings to the way that you conduct yourself in a woman's response to that. And to think that there's government agencies that are funding, hiding this information from you is sickening. But nevertheless, I'm going to attempt in good faith to review their report and offer my thoughts. Without further ado. Now, before we get started with reviewing this case study, here is my call to action for all of you, because this report is proof that I am being.
So another thing that's happening is that black people have been the test dummies for a lot of shit. Black people have been the test dummies for a lot of shit. If you see the names on this list, there's more white people than black people. They threw in a couple of niggas on the list, but it's more white people than black people. Feminism and ratchet behavior is all fun and games when it's in the black community, because we'll modernize it, revolutionize it, capitalize it, make them so much money off of it. Y'all can't really find a white Ice Spice. Y'all can't find a white Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all can't find a white Cardi B. Y'all can't find a white whatever unless they hanging around niggas. But then again, they do exist. Go to the clubs. But that plays into feminism. And feminism, black people had to grow up with that shit. We just thought it was being regular. We didn't think nothing of it. White people on the way. White boys, them white boys to a certain degree, they don't play that shit. They don't play that shit. Feminism has literally destroyed a bunch of white families. Notable white families. Feminism has destroyed and fucked up a lot of white, notable white legacies. Feminism has leaked into white America very bad. And not just the regular feminism. I'm talking about the toxic part. A lot of those feminists, no matter half the shit they said, they would talk all of that shit, holding them signs and shit like that, and go back home to either a beta husband or an alpha husband. It didn't make no difference, because that shit didn't really seep into the family like that, aside from work. Those women kept their work at work, and those, everything was just kept at work as a business to make money. You even have white women faking to be feminists to go make some goddamn money. But when the economy start getting fucked up, and you start seeing more white people drive for Uber, and in major cities, and feminism start really pouring into the average white family. Because it didn't matter if they were an average white family. Some of them went to go be tragic mulattoes. Some of them went to go do whatever the hell they were to do. But feminism didn't fuck with the average white family like that. And black people are, even though we get the rap for being violent and stuff like that, we're passive. We're pretty much passive. We're passive. We have an inferiority complex way before we have a a superiority complex. So them white boys, they're not going to be compromised like that, and not for a long time, till they figure out what's going on. And as Aaron Clary said, and he broke it down eloquently, when you have them not competing, and when you have them not participating in the BS right now, now you have a problem. This is why Sandman's at the top. This is why Aaron Clary and all them other people are at the top. But just to make it seem like they're not going after them, they're throwing a little bullshit couple of niggas. We've seen this before. Look at when they kicked. Y'all support the channel, cause what's going on, DC? Y'all support the channel, cause I'm really going out of my way to give y'all this game. All right, I'm really going out of my way to give y'all this game. Y'all hit that Cash App and that PayPal. Listen to what I'm about to tell y'all. Y'all remember when they got rid of Alex Jones and they try to pretend like they didn't like Imus and who's that other one? Who's that other dude? They try to pretend like they didn't like Imus, they didn't like Alex Jones, and who's the Rush Limbaugh, all them other dudes. Y'all remember when they kicked them? Y'all remember when they kicked them off the platform, and then just to make it seem, just so other races won't be alerted to what's going on, they try to throw in Farrakhan and some other black people. They're like, throw in Farrakhan and some other black people. They were extreme anyway. Not like the Negroes listened to them. We just didn't like them anyway. Ha ha ha. You want to know why? Niggas in America are afraid. I don't know what for. Nigga, I'm so black pilled, I can study black history. You can't really study black history unless you're black pilled, because so much shit is going to go over your head. You can be red pill and have an interest in black history, but I'm going to give you some real fucking game. You cannot study black history unless you're black pilled. You have to have a dark side of you, or a deep understanding, or know what Ebo Sosa talked about, neuro-linguistic programming. You have to be deep in a very niche, deep study to understand, to begin to understand black history and the effects of what it can do on somebody's mental and their brain. You have no idea what you're talking about if you're quote unquote red pill and you want to study black history, because it will go over your head. It will go over your head. It will go over your head. Smooth over your head. Nigga, I used to listen to Rush Limbaugh, Imus, anybody they say that's racist. I used to listen to them, and what you call it, and what's his name? Alex Jones. I used to listen to them niggas for fun. You want to know why? Because when America, or the plantation, or the home base is going into a crisis and stuff like that, and everybody's not on the same page, people tend to panic. And you know what racist people do, or supremacist people do? They give you the game. Straight lace, no chase, clean cut. They can't even hold it in no more. They can't even keep up with the facade no more. They just start telling the truth. But if they're not on the same page with the elites, they get X'd out of the equation. It's called the cost of doing business. You want to know why? They show you, and some of y'all get to see it in the inner city and stuff like that. They try to make it seem like white privilege ain't a thing, and some people don't take advantage of it. Granted, some people don't take advantage of it. Granted, racism isn't always in your face like it used to be. But when you see white homeless people, you don't know where they come from. They could be immigrants. You don't know, but you've seen it. You don't talk to them all the time, but you've seen it. You guys start to believe that America is equal. Then on top of that, they gas up liberals to gas y'all up to make America seem like it's equal. America is not the melting pot that you think it is. No, it's not. America is not a melting pot. It's a salad bowl. You have your eggs over here. You think it's a shooken up Caesar salad pack. Nope. You have your eggs over here. You have your croutons over here. You got your tomatoes over here. You got your meat over here. You got everything is separate. At the end of the day, all cards go back in the box. I used to work in Georgetown, and I used to see all of the dudes from the hood and the south side that got a decent job take a train all the way in a bus all the way to the other side of town, right? And then at the end of the day, at the end of the working day, they take that bus all the way back to the other side of town. That deluxe apartment in the sky, at the end of the working day, you take your ass back to the south side. Even you stay in some of these places, y'all don't even know they sundown towns after a certain time. Police gonna look at you crazy if you walking around Georgetown at a certain time of night when the buses and trains stop running. And these are cities that's gearing up to become a metropolis. So I listen to Alex Jones because he will tell you secrets in his anger about how the world used to work and how the world's currently working. And guess what? A lot of quote unquote racist people that have to keep certain things intact will absolutely agree with him. But guess what? We got to mark him out. We got to X him out. He's a traitor. He done informed a lot of people a lot about our wrongdoings, crimes, international and stuff, crimes that have been broken. He done informed a lot of people about this stuff. We agree with him, but guess what? This thing we call racism and how much money it's making, it needs to be covert. Racism is not overt. People would think that, look at how America treats black people. We're tourists. We're not gonna come there. Man, the last time they look at shit like that was when niggas was getting blown down in the street with water hoses. And getting dogs sicked on them. America had to make racism covert because tourists ain't trying to come out of town and endure that type of shit. Tourists ain't trying to come out of town and get sprayed down with a water hose, even though they're not a nigga. They're like, that's fucked up. You're doing that to Americans. What happens in these other countries where you have a dictatorship? So many people rebel against you because of your ideology. What the dictator say wipe them out. Get rid of them. But then guess what? Those policemen, those army men, some of those people that are on the other side of that blade, people that you locked up, did all kind of debaucherous shit to, those are their relatives. Those are cousins. Those are those are your people. So even though people will agree with you and say, "Oh, we don't agree with those people, get rid of them." How long can you stay in a dictatorship till you realize you done killed a bunch of your own people? It's one of those things where your ideology needs to outlast your term, or you don't, your behavior doesn't fuck up your term. You better make sure by the time people realize this, you're still not in term, because guess what? Then comes the uprising. That's old school thought. Go ask Saddam Hussein. Go ask Gaddafi. Go ask a lot of people that are in that position. You've taken out more of your people, you know? So this is some black pill stuff. This is some black pill stuff. This is some black pill stuff, y'all. So I listen to that type of stuff because they are more truthful than the people that are telling you that they're telling you is bad for you. I mean, since when did doctors really try to help you? The money's not in the cure, people. It's in the disease. Since when, to a certain degree, has the government really tried to help you? Oh, they give us a stimulus check. Yeah, you're going to have to pay that back. Do you not realize that the government is borrowing money from you? They're borrowing money from you. I used to get paid weekly, y'all, till I found out I was getting taxed 3 to 4 times. When you get paid weekly, you get taxed more. Then when you spend your money on something, they tax you again. Even owning a car in America becomes 3 bills, 4 bills. 4 bills. Just owning a vehicle becomes a money pit. You got your car note, maintenance and upkeep, car insurance, and gas. You got a lot of immigrants and new people coming to America that get briefed before they get to America on how to deal with Americans. And they're getting all of the stuff that you've worked for. And when y'all go through a fucking crisis, it's not even available for you. When Americans go through a crisis, it's not available for them. It's available for somebody else. This is what happens when you have to breed out an ideology. Generation Z is the last generation to get breaded out. Because you've seen where the American dream gets you. Millennials are learning that, yo, we never really truly own anything. What the hell is ownership when somebody can just take it back from you? No matter how much you paid. No matter how much your grandma paid. No matter how much your dad paid. They'll just property tax you right back into debt. And then now you're refinancing to spend that money on a liability. You teach your kids all of the shit. They'll still turn around and sell your house. So again, us warning men has a cost to it, the cost of helping men. I can't do certain things with my life anymore. I can't do certain things. I can't become the president. Imagine me become the president. Y'all would sell me out. I wouldn't even have to worry about somebody going digging up Player Talk Radio. Y'all will sell me out. There's certain things I can't do anymore. I will get sold out and thrown under the bus. Because why? I've dedicated a chunk of my life to speak up and help men. There's certain things that if I gain an interest in it and I actually really become good at it, I probably never ever be able to get to do it. Because these episodes exist. The cost of helping men.
Being targeted. And although I have faith that YouTube isn't as biased as what this organization is, as these NGOs are, you just never know. All it takes is somebody to not actually review my content, to get past the titles, to get past the thumbnails, and someone who believes that anyone that thinks that anybody who's anti-feminism is a hate mongerer can look at reports like this and I'm gone, demonetized, deleted, what have you. So because of this, I have gone out my way to create a community, a free community, and this will be where the MT Army resides, which will become the best self-development community.
Now, I don't think you want to call it the MT Army, because it's going to be easier for them to put that activist jacket on you. I don't see. You got to use your words carefully. I wouldn't call that shit an army.
In the world, we're going to focus on 4 main pillars of growth: your financial fitness, health and wellness, identifying your purpose, and solidifying your masculinity. Much more information on that later, but click on the link down in the description box down below so you can join. Men need a safe space in order to improve. It's clear that these public spaces are no longer safe. So click in, beam up, and let's get active. Diverting hate, misogynistic extremism, the manosphere, and mainstream social media. Let's just go down. So you'll see even down here, they have in the footer that this is in fact funded by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. But let's just continue to go down. So you'll see here, this is, I guess, their mission statement. We exist to create a world where all people can be safe from misogyny. Now, what's interesting about this is
Now, if you are promoting misandry, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. Promote as much misandry as you can. But the moment somebody pushes back, now it's toxic masculinity. Now it's toxic masculinity. And it's misogyny. Men to the world are disposable. This is why guys try to teach y'all worth. Because you are disposable. How dare you realize your value? In America, a lot of things are disposable that shouldn't be disposable. You have trash bags, right? That can take on a decent amount of weight. That you could be like, okay, I put the trash in it and pull these 2 strings. Why are you throwing out a durable trash bag? When you could have just emptied the trash and used that bag again and again and again. But no, you buy boxes of durable trash bags that can take weight. Then all you got to do is wash and clean back out and put trash back into it and throw it out. But nope, throw it out. Men are disposable in America. Old people get into beef, young men die. So how dare you find your worth and say, hey, I would love to live my life and not be disposable. That same stupid ass bear that women claim that they trust more than men, I would rather keep my life than trying to save an idiot from a bear that she claimed to want beside her. When you wake up and you realize that I don't want to be disposable no more, now you're a problem. Now you're a problem.
Is that they're called diverting hate, but they only focus on one side of the coin.
And that, by definition, is pushing hate. That, by definition, is pushing hate. 1 hour and 26 minutes into the madness. Y'all hit the like button, support the show. Let's go.
Don't focus on misandry. Their focus is purely on men. And I wonder why that is. I wonder how many different organizations up under the Department of Homeland Security are focused or funding organizations.
Because there's a work gap. They have to do this after COVID because there's a work gap. There's a gap between there's a gap between inflation and the work and certain numbers not adding up. I'm learning this with bookkeeping. Certain things aren't adding up and there's a gap there. And women can't fill that gap. Women can't fill that gap. So they need to dupe a bunch of guys into putting in the labor, because only men can put in the labor to fill that gap. Okay? Shit. Go listen to some reggae music. Go listen to Richie Spice. You don't even need me to tell you that. Go listen to Richie Spice. Go listen to Youth Them Cold. What'd he say? And the city's getting hot and the youth them will get cold. Searching for food for the pot, and they'll do anything to fill that gap. Well, guess what? Y'all don't see how the world is going? What they used to lock black people up for? Damn, yo, I'm going broke. People like to smoke weed. Guess what? I'm going to sell some weed. You get locked up. When the government go broke, what they start doing? Damn, man. We done ran it up. You know, we need to get our methods back into getting money out of the people. What we gonna do? I got it. Sell some weed. Can't make this shit up, y'all. Can't make this shit up. They're now even open into dealing out psychedelics, y'all. Can you believe it? They're now thinking about dealing out psychedelics, which they already do. Just open up a medical practice. But what good is the people if they're not working and they're fucked up off drugs? See how that works? Again, the money is not in the cure. It's in the disease. Let's get it.
That try to dissemble misandry. It's funny how that happens, and no wonder you get the rise of content creators such as Sprinkle Sprinkle, which teaches women how to commit prenup fraud on men that want to marry them.
When you talk about the loopholes of prenups, can you maybe give a broad example? Yes. Be on drugs or alcohol when you sign.
Absolutely so.
And have a prescription for whatever drugs you're on, not illegal drugs, but prescription drugs that alter your
And the government knows that these women are doing these things. The government is all right with any type of method that women are using to get money out of men, because the women forfeit the money over. The women fork the money over. It's women that fork the money over. It's not the men. The government is like, man, we don't even give a damn about y'all. We're not even gonna go after y'all for no goddamn money. We're going after the women for the money. We don't need money from y'all. We need the goddamn we need the money from the men. We don't need you. We don't need to directly deal with y'all. If we go after the women, that's enough. This is why you got fools running around here talking about getting certain things legalized and all kinds of stuff. The government got to figure out how to make money off of it without looking like the bad guy. The government don't want to look like a pimp, no matter how much it pimps you out. This is why you got fools running around here talking about legalizing prostitution. The government is like, listen, shut up. Just get your money ready. Need you on the internet talking about that bullshit? We'll deal with it. You just better make sure your trick ass got your money ready for me, and we don't like crinkly dollars. Niggas running around here. First of all, it was Keisha's behavior. Now all of a sudden, oh, we want prostitution legal. Even the government telling you to the government telling you to shut up. Get your little trick dollars ready. We'll tell you when to spend it. What's going on, Link? Got y'all up here sounding stupid because y'all don't understand the game. And that's crazy because the government plays the game. Niggas will sit up here and talk about, man, the government play the game all day, and then get on here talking about something the game don't exist. Okay, well, shit. Can't talk shit about delusional women when you want to actively live a lie also. The government is now selling drugs, women. Yeah, get that body count ready. Yeah. You said all 4 things the government hates or claims to hate. Ha ha ha. You said, I ain't gonna lie, this make way too much sense. Yeah, it does. You want to know why, y'all? The government is people also. But it comes off as an entity. What happened when the pandemic happened? You had corporations and entities now get reduced down to one person, their business targeted, and then up out of here. Because when you want to sue them or you want to get some money out of them or do something to them, guess what? You had to, it was impossible because well, what you gonna sue a corporation? It's like 5 niggas. Your little ass got enough money to sue 5 niggas that got 5 other lawyers? No. But what happened? They had to figure out a way to reduce it down. So what used to be a bunch of dudes, it's like, no, who's the owner of this property? It got to shut down. We reduced it down to 1. We condensed it and then got rid of it. Them niggas turned your WAV file into an MP3 file and then deleted it. Because when businesses go down, new businesses come up. Absolutely.
The way that you make decisions, and that way you can pull that up if you want your prenup null and void.
Or you get other women whose names shall not be named that tell you.
So they don't take women out the game that's stealing money from men. Because they wanted you to pay anyway, whether it's on the front end or the back end. When you're single, you don't got no kids, you're not married, you kind of off grid. Oh, they don't like that. Oh, they don't like that. They check in with you. They used to use your parents. When are you gonna give me some grandkids, baby? When are you gonna get married, baby? When are you gonna do this? When are you gonna do that? When are you gonna feed back into the government, baby?
To abort male fetuses for being male, some of the most sickest, deplorable shit that they're allowed to maintain with on their platforms. But I ask you, whatever on my platform,
What government list is She-Ra on? Huh? What government list is Cynthia G on?
has ever promoted the hate for women? Go back through my catalog and in fact look down in my comment section right now, the people in there that cannot believe that I was put number 2 of 10. But anyway, let me just get back down into the case study. So anyway, the first thing that I wanted to touch on was the executive summary of this report, and I'll go over this. The purpose of the report. This report serves as a crucial examination of the multifaceted challenges arising from the manosphere's influence on online platforms. Now, I find it interesting that they call out the manosphere, something that I said that I am not a part of 3+ years ago. But the problem is that if you
but you do manosphere content, so they're gonna treat you like the Creoles. Get your ass on the boat too. Come on over. Mediocre tutorials, reviews. You've been eating off manosphere content. You do manosphere content now. You've been doing it. Get your ass on the boat too. And LTTV and Duke and Dunn, if you think you safe also, nope. Get your simp ass on the boat also. Get your ass on the boat too. You too, Spawn. You fire up one of them channels. Let me stop. Shout outs to Spawn in the building. Get your ass on the boat. Come on. Now listen to that bullshit. Get your ass on that goddamn boat. Get on that boat.
You have a majority male audience and you talk about the dating struggles today, identifying behavior or toxicity issues with the modern women of today, while at the same time promoting self-development to the people that watch you. They just place you in here. But I mean, content piece after content piece, because truthfully, and I've said this, that it is hard for
me. Y'all niggas stealing our content and our talking points. Get your ass on the boat too. Those are now formerly known as buzzwords. Cooley, get your ass on the boat. Ugly Money TV, don't try to hide behind hip hop. Get your ass on the boat. Only person that can probably hide behind hip hop is academics. Get your ass on that boat.
To be a part of something where I cannot control.
We about to set sail.
The brand, whether it's Manosphere, whether it's Red Pill, but I've said for years now that this content comes from me. Now, is there some RP influence? I would agree with that. But let's move on. Its purpose is to provide actionable insights, foster ethical practices, and propose effective interventions to address the propagation of misogynistic narratives and extremist viewpoints. Pay attention. By presenting a comprehensive, is not comprehensive, let me tell you, analysis, the report aims to equip practitioners, men's community, and well-being organizations, policymakers, and VLOPs with the knowledge needed to counteract the destructive effects of normalized violence within the manosphere. Really?
Now, we in the trenches. What manosphere channel is telling y'all to commit any type of violence? Oh, you mean the violence that comes from the beef sector? Oh, you mean the violence that comes from the female sector? Priscilla and them? Telling people to do stuff to other people? Or you mean the violence that come from the Mo 3 sector? where people are actually getting pulled up on in real life? Who from the manosphere got pulled up on and unalived? Violence. Violence. Yeah, and the excrement. Yeah, obsidian. But they got him up out of here. Violence. I've seen more violins than violence.
Normalized violence. You know, the first thing that I thought about when I thought about this term normalized violence is I thought back to the case of that woman that claimed that she was hit in the face with the brick. And she would often describe that anyone who didn't believe her as being violent against her. By the way, GoFundMe ended up taking down her page where she earned almost $40,000 off of a fraud, off of a lie. And apparently holding those people accountable is seen as violence, normalized violence. Meanwhile, I've uploaded content on this channel that talks about men. Do not engage with violence. Stay away from violence. The seriousness of violence or putting yourself or reacting to situations where you're leveraging your emotions instead of responding logically with frame and stoicism to those very same situations. Shit, focusing on the Black community, I think most of the issue with the men is because of the single parent epidemic. They have not seen fathers, strong fathers, masculine fathers demonstrate themselves effectively and instead have watched the emotionality.
Shout out to War Master in the building. War Master on the check-in. So they have a list, and I got the list right here. I got the website right here. And they got mediocre tutorials as number 2 on the list under Sandman. And they call him a male supremacist. It's on the FBI government list. A male supremacist. Whatever that means.
Of their mothers who then utilize that emotion to prey on those.
Shout out to War Master, because I was getting into the politics talk and everything. And shout out to War Master. War Master been here for all of that. And dropped gems on all of that. Yeah, they got him on there. And then they threw in Steph is cold. They try to throw it off and they threw in Steph is cold. But the majority of the people on that list are white. Because if this message spreads to more white men, which I got to do some game for my white players, because, you know, the white sisters, they ratchet now. They listening to Cardi B. They listening to Lil Wayne. They were a little bit slower than the sisters. You know what? You know what black women, because black women aren't feminists. That's a misnomer. It's impossible to be a real feminist and be a black woman. Let me give y'all the real game. Black women took the freedom and the ails of feminism to a level white women, Asian women, whatever women wasn't willing to take it. Wasn't willing to take it to. Did white women want to be prostitutes? Of course. But they weren't walking around in the streets with all of this shit on and stuff like that without music or drugs or something else involved. They were like, I still kind of want to be classy. You know, my feminism doesn't mean being trashy. You know, I got a political meeting to go to in the morning. I kind of still want to, you understand what I'm saying? I'm you know, I may be a piece of shit, but not like that. I'm not trying to stoop to those levels. That's how they looked at black women. But they egged them on. Oh, yeah, you keep our numbers up. Oh, yeah, sis, you're fun. When I drink a little bit, I want to hang out with you, listen to a little bit of Meg Thee Stallion. But listen, when we get out of this club, you go that way, I go this way. And I better not see you over here at a certain time. Or we're going to have to take out your man that's trying to protect you that you don't care about anyway. That's the type of shit they were on. But you see, the newer generation, And as time slowly comes back around, that those women start to get a little bit more ratchet. I know Asian women. Y'all think Asian women don't know Megan Thee Stallion songs? Oh yes, the fuck they do. Passport Bros done lied to you. Oh yes, the fuck they do. They know all the lyrics to WAP. And when you and let me tell y'all something. This is funny as fuck. I'm gonna throw this in it. It's actually funny as fuck because I've seen this in real life. And when a black guy sees this little petite, skinny Asian woman with mom jeans on singing WAP, in his mind, he like, oh yeah, that's what that's what's up. Then he goes to holler at her, and oh, she afraid of him. She no, oh no. She was in the club twerking just a minute ago. That's why the guys go after the Thai Keishas, the Lao Keishas, the Vietnam Keishas, and the Myanmar Keishas, the Burma Keisha. What's going on, New? They go after the Cambodian Keisha, the Kishbodians. This is why they go after them. Cause the little other one, they still scared of you. Niggas be like, oh yeah, she know all the lyrics to WAP. Oh man, I'm about to, and it's like, no. Stay over there, Brack man. She wants to drink her beer and sing WAP in peace. Those lyrics wasn't for you. That was for the other guy. That was for her man. The Japanese Keisha does the same thing. When them niggas used to say, Ichima, underwater squad. Squat, squat, squat. Oh, shit.
I hope you don't think that you're going to get any of this cookie.
Now you can hit the sheets of the streets. It don't make me no never mind. Now that's your bag, baby. You can go or you could come. Can you dig it?
Why your money no work? Why your money no work? I want the baby. Oh shit. He said, Kuda, remember when George Floyd got murked and the divested women were saying how they wanted to? Yeah. Women can get on the internet and call black men bullet bags. Shout outs to Ghostman King. Oh yeah, drop it in the chat. I'll play it before we get up out of the building. Y'all support the show. This ain't gonna be a long show. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Our brother, because I'm gonna just say it because he on the boat with this. Shout outs to MTR. Our brother MTR is on an FBI list. But look, it's 2024. I can go on YouTube, right? I can go on YouTube, right? Look, I'm on YouTube. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at what Asian women are doing. Look in the goddamn gym. Look.
오늘은 오랜만에 팔운동 풀코스로 해볼 예정이에요.
Look, all that cake. It ain't none of our birthday. Look, just look.
운동 시작하기 전에 일단 가볍게 몸 좀 풀러왔어요. 유연성이 조금 떨어지는 편이어서 운동 전에는 항상 고관절도 풀어주고 하는데 쉽게 늘지 않더라고요.
And I forgot that other girl. It's this other girl that's on here. All she does is put her legs behind her head, and that's it. One trick pony. Now look at this. It's 2024, right? Let's go to Divested Zealots page. Let's see if she changed her background. Oh, she changed her back. Oh, look at that, y'all. Oh, look at that, y'all. Ah, she changed her background picture. Remember when we could go to Divested Zealot's page and see a black man hanging from a tree and a black woman on the other side of the tree on a swing? She done changed. She done changed her background picture. What's going on, Vader? Rebranded herself. Only for a little bit. Only for a little bit. All right, let's go. Y'all support the show. Let's get it.
Within their same communities. I've always maintained the importance of a two-parent household, that you need the mother as well as the father. I push for two-parent households. Do y'all? Or are you on the side of single mothers can act as fathers, knowing damn well that a woman cannot turn a boy into a man? But the lessons that I've learned from my single father have taught me lessons that have kept me out of drugs, out of the court system, graduating post-secondary from a top 30 MBA school, and then transitioning all of my knowledge to mentorship to these young men so that they can make better choices within their life. But is that what you guys are gonna—
Bro, I done dedicated about 6, 7+ years to this shit. They don't give a fuck about none of that. They don't. People, even the men that you're even the men that you've helped, supposedly help, will help, and even after your death, if they haven't purged their channel, don't give a fuck about none of that shit. They don't give 3 fucks about that. Don't. Get you up out of here. You're not going to get the Maya Angelou treatment because you're not a token. And the fucked up part, let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all start finding out later that like the Maya Angelous and the Sojourner Truths, they were working for white supremacy the whole time. How black-pilled are y'all? Shout outs to my bro Link dropping the huge $5 on the Cash App. Thank you, bro, for supporting the show.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I'm gonna be a hater on today's show since this is misogyny.
I would like to thank God Almighty for giving everybody so much and me so little. I hate you. I hate you. I don't even know you, and I hate your guts. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and nobody else but you.
Shout outs to Link dropping the huge $5 on the Cash App. I appreciate you, bro. Shout outs to Jay Nice. What's going on, bro? It definitely has been a minute, my brother. Shout outs to Jay Nice dropping that crypto game also. You dig? Shout outs to War Master. War Master summed up all the stuff I've been talking about on today. There it goes. I think that's better than me saying that men are disposable. I think that's better than me saying men are disposable because that's what it really is, War Master. What's going on, Tony Anthems? War Master said men aren't real people. They have to use the government to destroy any group of men trying to improve, aka stopping everything they've done to men. I.e., it's illegal for you to defend yourself as a man, yet you have the right to bear arms. You have all these constitutional rights. Allegedly freedom of speech. But guess what? What do all of those rights mean when the people that quote unquote believe or gave you those rights are on the others are the ones behind the gun. They're the ones behind the gun. They are the ones behind the gun.
Report on, or this normalization of violence, which again I've never pushed.
Right,
By the
dude.
way, when they say VLOPs or very large online platforms, I think what they're saying there is the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Twitters. They're pressuring the social media platforms to take them seriously, to control what they allow on their platforms. Meanwhile, I've never said this on my platform before, but guys, I've never received a community guideline strike at all, because those that in charge that look at the content, they know that there's not hate that comes from my words on this platform right here. So anyway, there's a call to action, all these other sections like that. But here's what I wanted to get into next, which is the male supremacy scale, a YouTube case study. Now, once you guys see the ridiculousness of how they're choosing to utilize the information on this scale, you will understand my passion. Together with the Polarization and Extremism Research Innovation Lab, acronym PERIL, at American University, which I believe is in DC, we conducted a case study to investigate the viability.
Shout outs to War Master dropping the humongous $20 on the Cash App as always. Thank you so much, bro, for supporting Player Talk Radio. War Master dropping some more gems on y'all, giving y'all the game. War Master said, men are the people who create and maintain culture. Absolutely correct. Men are the people who create and maintain the culture. Wonder why we're being targeted.
Ooh, ooh, yeah, big bag.
I mean, where is he from? What? No, that's too much for me. Black people walk like that because we have style, we got flavor, we got rhythm. I mean, the black man in America is the most copied man on this planet, bar none. Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. How about that question? The Colonel's a nigga now. The Colonel's a nigga now. He didn't know so much chicken, he's a nigga now. Cal Channon just admitted she was a nigga. The rest of them need to break down and admit it too.
But hold on now. Shout outs to War Master. Now let me give y'all the game. Let me show you how cold War Master is though with the game, all right? Let me show you how cold War Master is with the game. War Master said men are the people who create and maintain culture. Now, why is that a problem, y'all? Because men will have the ability to create and maintain a new culture. They will have the ability to create and maintain a new culture that does not agree, that is opposite of today's culture. So when you talk about wanting to get rid of a group of men or an ideology that is quote unquote presented by said group of men, you have to be able to destroy that the men that could possibly create and maintain a new ideology or culture. The government knows they can't sell bullshit to men anymore. The government knows that men aren't participating in bullshit anymore. The government knows that men are fed up. Hell, even this new generation of women, they're backtracking on some of the shit that's out right now. They're backtracking on it. What is the American dream in 2024?
Of
especially to the American people.
Executing effective diversion campaigns. Yes, you read that correct. Effective diversion campaigns aimed at a range of male supremacist YouTube influencers who are prominent within the manosphere. So essentially, they're taking tax dollars and they're reinvesting that into running ad campaigns on my videos that after you watch one of my videos, you'll see one of their approved vendors. But what is the scale that they're using to determine how naughty that we are? Well, the scale was developed as a tool to understand, define, and quantify the phenomenon of contemporary male supremacy, specifically in the context of online platforms. The male supremacy scale is a 15-point scale to measure male supremacy broken into...
Yeah, shout out to Link. Yeah, the American dream is to live with a bear in the forest, right?
3 subscales. Anti-feminism.
But that's the thing. That's the thing, Anti-Social Socialite Podcast. Men are being punished for being traditional. It's like to be the canary in the coal mine, you have to be traditional. We need men to be traditional to spend money and keep them where we need them to be. But now you're being punished for being traditional. I'm a man, I want to take care of my kids. Don't do that gay shit around them. You go to jail. And now your kid's gay. I want to be a father. I want to need to protect my children and blah, blah, blah. I'm feeding into the system the way y'all want me to. You go to jail. Because you whipped your kid's ass. Because they did some ass whippable shit. You can't even be a proper parent. I don't want my kid listening to Sexy Red. I don't condone that in my house. I make sure when they come home from school, I don't ask them what they did in school. I challenge their beliefs of what they've been taught and redirect them with the proper beliefs. You are a fucked up parent. And guess what? Sexy Red about to be at your school tomorrow. And the teacher forged your signature on the what you call it? On purpose. You didn't even see the permission slip. And no, you can't chaperone. Unless you're pussy pink and your booty hole brown also. Like, what's the point of us in the manosphere telling y'all to have successful families only to have to wrestle with your government and your society from stealing your kids away from you? It's like, what do you want from men? Do you want us to participate in it? And then when we don't participate in it, now we're fucked up. Shout out to Darshan in the building. Women are easily led astray. Men will debate and frustrate people that want to destroy a country. Remember, the men in Korea that shut down feminists, no violence used. Yeah, I was just talking about that earlier. They don't want bloodline to rule no more. Shout outs to War Master. War Master dropping gems. Yeah, shit. And he been doing this for years too. Effortlessly. You said good parents raise children who can think for themselves. They can't have that. Yeah, because, and they've said this a long time ago, but it's starting to become more of the truth. Y'all better think. That's why you have smartphones and dumb people. Y'all better think before it becomes illegal. Y'all better think before it becomes illegal. It is so backwards. Shout out to Ebo Sosa. Yeah, we're witnessing culture imperialism right before our eyes. And we think as long as we got smartphones in our hands and all this technology, we wouldn't fade into all of that stuff. Man, you got people with a Neuralink hooked up to them. You got Cerebro niggas walking around. You got Brainiac niggas walking around. Y'all thought it was the comic books. Y'all thought it was the comic books. One superhuman can fuck the world up. Elon Musk didn't put that bullshit on his brain. That nigga didn't become Iron Man yet. But it takes one niggas to be like, and then I am Brainiac. Niggas are paying billions of dollars to create a villain right in front of your face. I'm not gonna pay my taxes. Try to put me in jail. This shit on my brain. Come get it off. I'm the greatest computer that ever computed. Cameron ain't got shit on me. I get computers putin'. I get computers Putin like Russia. I wrote it myself. This computer's making me strong. Holy shit. Fuck a self-driving truck. I am the truck. Watch this. I'm gonna be the next president. Trump is Kyle.
Female dishonesty in relationships and women like alphas, with 5 sub-bullets underneath each point. Now, they actually go through and describe each of these 3 buckets. I'll read the first one. Anti-feminism explores how the participant feels about
Ross?
feminism and feminists in general. So by nature of this study, they're essentially saying, if you do not agree with feminists or those within the feminist movement, you are bad. As if there's not destructive messages that are pushed because of feminist rhetoric and ideology. See, I agree with the early starts of feminism that wanted equality of opportunity. If I had a daughter, I would want her to be all that she can be, to have the same opportunities as her male counterparts. I believe and I ride for this degree of feminism, but I do not agree and ride for what it's turned into. This idea that you're walking around oppressed by men is absolutely insane in modern times today. The idea that you have any rights within a society that a man does not have in Western society today is absolutely insane. I disagree with how sexual liberation is pushed to the masses, pushed to children, as if there's no consequences or byproducts to the damage that it is causing to not even just young boys, but
God, I got tears in my eyes.
Young girls in this thinking. I do not agree with the components of feminism that allows biologically
niggas actively turning themselves into Bane, and we think this is okay, calling it Neuralink. Nigga, that's Bane. Yeah. Let's go to Coffee. Yeah, when he was fighting Godzilla.
born men to compete in women's sports. Watching these biological women get knocked the hell out at an MMA event is sickening. To entertain conversations of children transitioning their gender on the backs of feminist rhetoric and ideology, to me, makes you an extremist, not me. For some reason, I feel as though these raging feminists were listening to Sexy Red's My Coochie Pink, My Booty Hole Brown as they were crafting this pile of dog shit. But what they did is that they utilized a research technique, which is referred to as a 7-point Likert scale from strongly disagree to agree, where they asked participants to rate the content that they were looking at from what they've already predetermined to be correct, that anti-feminism is wrong. And if you rate them high, then they are a male supremacist. But what I found very interesting is that I have never seen a research study where they don't talk about the audience that they surveyed. Who took the damn surveys? Were the people that took it biased in nature? Was this a Likert scale giving to the authors and the researchers and the editors?
Y'all hit the like button, support the show. Yeah! Infinite power. Oh, man. Right, Coffee, but he on the boat with us now. Yeah!
Editors that created this case study. Great job conducting due diligence in your case
He on
studies,
the boat
guys.
with
You
us
really
now.
did
He's number
everything that
2
you
on the
could have
list.
to remain unbiased. But if you guys want to see exactly what those categories and subcategories are, then here they are. And I will go over some of these just for the sake of time. But the first one at the top of anti-feminism, feminism is about hating men. I've never said this statement on my platform ever. What I have said is that it is problematic when you have, for example, I got a friend of mine who was born in Saudi Arabia, grew up in an actual patriarchal regime, moved over to America when she was a teenager, and within her maturing as a young woman has latched on to the—
You are trying to convince fucked up people to feel some type of way. It's not gonna work.
Westernized modern ideals of feminism and actively complains as if she's in a society where men oppress her. But if you ask her specific examples of this oppression, she cannot give you any. But if you ask her, what laws in society do men have that benefit them that women have that do not benefit them, she can't answer them. And actually, now that I think about it, I uploaded content this very week where an interviewer were asking women on a street, if you were alone in the woods, would you rather choose a bear or a man to be there with? And more often than not, these women chose a bear. You have to consider the cultural narrative or propaganda within a society that allows educated people to choose a vicious animal over an adult man.
Would you rather be stuck in a forest?
These are the people that's in charge of our laws, and these are the people that the government listen to. What sense would it make for the government to listen to logic when simply you can attach machines to someone's head and have them go, yeah! The government ain't worried about people's sexual, well, they are worried about people's sexual politics. But he said, so Kuda, I got a question. Since they're on this list, what exactly does that mean? I don't know. But I know I smell a lawsuit, if there could be a lawsuit coming in the future. Oh, yeah. You shouldn't have to be on no goddamn government list for having no YouTube channel. When people are up here saying all kinds of shit. People are gay for pay. People are promoting pay for play. Oh, yeah. You should be able to sue the government. I think it's a blessing in disguise. How do you know he's like that? When he turned that shit off, he could be somebody else. See, this is called media. This is why you got to know media and the difference between media and the difference between somebody in real life. You know what I'm saying? You got to know the difference. Because if it causes real life implications, but, you know, he might not get it because he's a man, which goes right back to what we're fighting for in the first place. You know, that's why I named the name of the show, The Cost of Helping Men. You know, there's a difference between media, who you really are, your real practices, and you hooking some shit up to your brain going, yeah! Let me stop. But no, I mean, like, really. So I don't know, man. Apparently I'm on the list too. You did?
A man or a bear?
Man is scary.
They really don't care about the black guys. They know niggas don't listen. Most of the people on that list, I'll show y'all the list. Most of the people on that list are white guys. They just got to throw in one or two niggas as collateral and shit like that to make it seem like they're not being racist. But that's what it is. They did the same thing again. I told y'all. They did the same thing with Alex Jones. They did the same thing with Imus and Rush Limbaugh and all them other dudes. They got them off of YouTube, but they throw in a couple of honorary niggas like Farrakhan and some other people. But they know niggas don't listen. They know niggas don't listen.
I'm with a bear. Depends what man, but probably a bear. Well, 100% a bear, which is like terrifying to say, but definitely a bear.
Bitches never seen a bear in real life. Not even at the zoo. Y'all hit the like button, support the show. 2 hours and 15 minutes into the madness. You can support the show at $PTV 888. That's dollar symbol PTV 888 via Cash App, or you can support via PayPal. You can support via PayPal. Shout outs to War Master. The FBI is a Democrat group. What did you expect? Right.
Some men are very scary out there. A bear.
I've personally grown up in a society watching genital mutilation being laughed at. I remember back in the 90s, that whole Lorena Bobbitt situation and how they made joke after joke over this man getting his genitals snipped off. I remember as a child watching daytime television shows that the titles of the shows were something to the effect of, "Does size matter?" Do you know what that does to the psyche of a young boy when you begin to establish that your value and your worth of your man?
Nobody's measuring the size of your vagina walls. Like, you don't see niggas getting on here. Does depth matter? Maury, my woman's pussy wall is only 6 inches, and I'm a good 8. She's inadequate for a wife. I need another woman, Maury. You don't hear no shit like that. I want to go deeper, Maury, but I can't, because she ain't woman enough for me to go deep enough. Oh, that'd be fucked up. Oh, that'll be fucked up. What if I want the hot dog in the hallway, Maury? I should be able to get my hot dog thrown in the hallway. Oh, shit. Oh, I am on the list.
And it's through your eggplant. But point me to the equality or the narratives in media that focus on women's genitalia. And to think that all of that content, and obviously much, much more that I don't have time within the length of this video to go through, is funded by mainstream media, begins to help you understand the psyche of why a Saudi Arabia-born woman that, if she stayed there at the time, would have not had the opportunity to even drive a car, come over here and complain about some made-up shit because she's contracted the feminist mind virus. And because of that, is less likely to have a good established relationship with a man where she can create a 2-parent household. Oh, by the way, she's a single mother. There's active conversations online of, do we need men? The men will respond, yes. The women will respond, eh. Meanwhile, men have risked their lives to build the infrastructure and to innovate on so many products that will allow the comfort of our societies to continue to exist. Modern society prioritizes women over men. Listen, I don't believe I've ever said this statement specifically, but there are certain ways where women are in fact prioritized over men. There is a reason why most homeless people are men. There is a reason why most self-deletes are men. There is a reason why most workplace deaths are men. If you were to go out on a street and ask men or women, hey, what are some of the issues facing women today? You can usually get a laundry list. If you ask these same people, what are some of the issues that men face today? You get a lot of crickets chirping in the background. Feminists are unattractive. My talking points are focused around unattractive behavior, and the attitudes of some of these modern day feminists are abhorrent. I just did a video last week where feminists on the show The View offered that men are useless.
So there's this clip going viral online of a dozen women being asked the following question: do we need men? Most answered very quickly, no. And only one said she thought women needed a man in their lives, only one. But when men were asked a similar question, do we need women? Most of them said yes. So why do you think that is?
Because men are useless. I mean, my husband, it takes a village of women to make sure that he's not emaciated, starving, and living in his own filth.
I need my man 3 to 4 times a week, and good for you guys. And then the rest of the time, I need a wife, because I've always said.
Yeah, because the value of a man in your life is only reduced down to what he can do inside of your box. The misandry here, the man hate here is so goddamn crazy. Now imagine a group of men sitting on a paddle talking about all I need my wife for is her insides. The cancel culture will come a knocking.
This totally differently in how I prep, because broadly speaking, I feel like men have proven largely useless. Like I think in the political moment, the people who are saying what needs to be said in my party, it's all women. The very few men, with the exception of Mike Pence and a few others, are saying what they need to. But in life, like I need my husband. I don't know if I need any other men, but he is irreplaceable.
But women have conversations about their feelings. Men talk about sports, cars, all that stuff.
I don't know. My husband talks about his feelings with his
Maybe he's gay.
Hold on, I gotta play that end part one more time.
Talk about sports, cars, all that stuff.
I don't know. My husband talks about his feelings with his
Maybe he's gay.
Maybe he's gay. Next, we have men self-deleting at a rate 5 times higher than their female counterparts. You talk about the importance of having community for women, but a man that expresses himself amongst his boys is now gay. But shaming them and their sexuality for talking amongst each other is a new low. This is on ABC, nationally televised to millions of people. Yes, this happened last week for a show that was aired on prime time TV. Meanwhile, I have never, ever in the history of my content ever said women are useless. By the way, researchers, go down into the content section. You're going to see lovely young women's faces as well that know what the hell that you guys are up to. And they've been paying attention to this platform for years now. They know what my heart is, and they know what I'm trying to do. For these women are sick of y'all biased ass bullshit as well. Little known fact as well, I have anywhere from 15% to 20% of women that actively watch my channel, which is probably more than any of the content creators that are on that list, of which I ranked number 2. Anyway, I can get into all of these, and this video is getting way too long, even for my own liking, so I'll just skip ahead. Well, wait a minute. Wait, before we move on. Women use feminism to gain an unfair advantage over men. This is why you get women and public figures such as Candace Owens that hate feminism, because it's not about equality anymore, at least. It's about achieving a victimhood status so you can maintain power. But this is what you're ranking me off of being a male supremacist. Give me a break. Anyway, let's really move on. So here again is the list, and they actually had an individual write-up specific to me. The real MTR, the real mediocre tutorials and reviews. That's how you know that they did little to no research on me, or they just looked at the titles and the thumbnails and made their decision, because nobody, literally nobody, even the scammers that hit me up on my email that are trying to get me to download something so that they can get into my bank account, even those guys in Nigerian shit are not calling me the real mediocre tutorials and reviews. Did you guys use a bot to write this? Is a black male content creator in his 30s, about to turn 39 in a little while. Your boy still look good, doesn't he? Who engages in reaction videos to viral videos, from clips on sports networks to celebrity news. His discussions mainly revolve around demeaning the subject in the video, especially if it pertains to women. Now, what's interesting about that statement right there is that they chose to utilize a picture from this video right here. The title of it is right here if you want to take a look at that. And within the video, the woman is demeaning men. But see, within their write-ups, they only call out my response to her demeaning statements.
I ain't never seen a man that I fucking need. Bitch. You're all replaceable. Don't ever get too comfortable and don't ever think otherwise. You're a guest in this household and you can be kicked out just as quickly as you were welcomed in.
I just get so confused when I see these ladies that are using filters, a ton of makeup, drawn on eyebrows, fake eyelashes, and where you can still see the glue at the top of their head for hair that is not theirs. So confidently come on the screen and talk shit about men. How dare you? How dare you have the lack of decency to come up here and to talk about men as if men are inferior to you? What they're banking on is that anyone who's a decision maker is not going to go and research all of this. The real MTR attracts hundreds of thousands. Thank you very much. Put respect on my name. Via conflated titles. Yeah. Exaggerated thumbnails. Okay, those two are accurate. Listen, it's the content game, baby. The algorithm is a motherfucker, right? You got to do things. I consider myself a media public, right? Like I publish things. So you got to do things in order to attract eyes, okay? Because if you don't do that consistently, the algorithm just deranks you, delists you. Whatever. I will eat these too, all right? I pop off on my titles and my thumbnails. And above all, content that promotes manosphere, which I've not said that I am a part of, and demeans women. Now, I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but when they determine how they give you this male supremacy score, they've only utilized the top 10 videos on your platform as a method to quantify everything. Now, let's say that the top 10 videos on my platform have 1 million views each, which is not true, by the way. But if it was, it'd be 10 million views. You know how much views that I have on my channel right now of all of my publicly available videos? Almost 300 million. So,
and that's fucking wild. You can't even say women and garden tools on Twitter, but a woman can show, like a woman can post straight up porn on Twitter. A woman can post straight up porn on Twitter, but you can't say, okay, you know, you dig?
The data that you use to establish me is less than 3% of the total amount of views that I have on my channel. There is not a statistician on this planet that would say that the way that you guys have gathered data for your bullshit score makes any sense, but I digress. Additionally, the real MTR advertises different social media platforms aimed to get viewers to his personal site, mtarmy.com. This is actually not true. I am not aiming to get folks to go to this website at all. I created it over a year ago just as a place that people can just go to see additional information about me, but it's really not my goal. That's why I don't advertise it. But I am now advertising where the MT Army will reside. Again, link down in the description box.
You kind of fucked up calling it the MT Army. Because when people hear it, what? Oh, it's an army? You know, it's like, nah, nigga. Just some niggas online. But okay.
It's below. For example, which allows visitors to schedule personal consultations and join a newsletter, an army. MT Army. It's a play on words. In March 2024, at the time of writing, he had 682,000 subscribers. A 7.4% increase in subscribers suggests that the real MTR is the shit. I'm just kidding. They didn't write that. Is able to attract viewers through his content and further advertising his follower base as an army. See, what they're trying to do is to weaponize this army shit as if I'm creating an incel army that hates women, and he's creating an army in order to be able to do that, further creating a brotherhood and influence within his community. So anyway, the report begins to go into this part right here where essentially they're trying to sum up what I contribute to and why I'm ranked number 2 in doing this. And you'll just see here the propaganda. It's so crazy. From hate online to offline violence, the manosphere unabashedly thrives on the endorsement and glorification of violence. I'll just stop right there and I will stop reading, because please, somebody pull out any piece of content that I've ever said that glorifies violence. The danger of the incompetence of the authors and the writers to incorrectly surmise what it is that we talk about over here is.
I was gonna say, bro, you know, you do that smack thing at the beginning, you know, where he like, hold on, hold the camera straight, then he does like that big slap. Yeah. And you know that slapping noise? I gotta punch one. But you know that slapping noise that Kevin Samuels used to play? Watch some asshole gonna be like, see? They call for violence. I remember when I was on a podcast with the legendary Shahrazad Ali. A whole bunch of black women was calling up there trying to act like victims. And we're going to get into that also. Because they're doing this with this B. Taylor, Princella stuff, right? I was on a podcast with Shahrazad Ali. And Shahrazad, she talked about it in the book. But I ain't gonna lie, that shit was funny. That shit was funny because it's not happening. But some girl called up to the to the show. Shout outs to the Prophet of Thought series. Shout outs to my boy Xavier, right? Some girl called up sounding like she was in pre-tears, like she was already crying. Called up to the podcast. And Xavier was like, okay, who's next on the line, right? And so sister called him and she was like, you told men to beat us. And bruh, I'm sorry. I busted out laughing. That shit was so funny. She told Shahrazad, she told Charizard, she told Shahrazad Ali that she told or advised men to beat them. Bro, I busted out laughing. I'm sorry. There's but so much I could take, bro. I died laughing, bro. You said it's going to be a man's fault when they start getting eaten by bears also, right? Because that's the reason why they're out there with the bears. War Master said, brothers, we need to become politically educated. Yes, I agree, War Master. This is the same playbook they bring out every election year. I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. I got to have you on the next show. We got to talk about that. Absolutely agree. Yeah, Charizard.
It's crazy. And of course, because the DHS is funding this, they are then connecting this to school shooters and extremists such as Elliot Rodger, who became an incel deity in these online communities. Let me just be abundantly clear. If you got
absolutely new, that's true also. But look, y'all, let me show y'all the list. I'm finna get up out of the building. I got to do another show on this, but I got the website right here. Diverting Hate. Subscribe and donate. Tech forward change for hate-free tomorrow. Right. Hate, by the way. Right? So where the hell did he find this list? I click this, nothing. I click this, something. This. Where the hell did he find this list? Let's go back to his channel. Yeah, y'all support the show, man. Wait till the manosphere get a hold of this. You about to hear a whole bunch of bullshit content from a whole bunch of bullshit people in the space. They ain't got shit to do with this. I think even LTTV did something on this, but where the hell did he find this list? Executive summary. Let me see. There's people running around here destroying the space, and what's it to them? They never put in no real work in this space. I don't see where the executive summary is. But look, I'll do my research while I'm studying. But we'll show you who's on the list. Hold on, let's see where he goes.
Orders, keeping us safe, securing our nation from the very real threats that we are facing. These very competent people over at Diverting Hate, with the support of the DHS, have again put me on a list, crowning me number 2 male supremacist right up here on YouTube. But here goes the actual list right here. You'll see me up at
all right, hold on.
Number 2.
All right. All right, so before we get up out of the building, yeah, man, we got to do a political show, and I got to find where my Xbox is, where in my luggage my Xbox is. I found my controller the other day, so I said, okay, I'm ready. All right, I got to find where my Xbox is, all right? Shout outs to War Master. We'll do a political show absolutely on the next show. I'll make sure I put that show in and I'll have you tagged in it and everything, because we got to talk about this, y'all. So Sandman, number 1. MTR, number 2. LOM, Legion of Man, number 3. Rollo Tomasi, The Rational Male, number 4. Mind y'all, millionaires are on there. Andrew Tate ain't even on here. They don't even have Andrew Tate on here, y'all. Fresh and Fit Clips. Not their regular channel, but their clip channel. Probably more effective than the regular one because it's bite size. Rich Cooper, Entrepreneur in Cars. Just Pearly Things. The 2 honorary niggas on this chart. MTR and Steph is Cold. Then they got my boy Aaron Clary on here. I had him on the last show talking about the Bumble apocalypse. Rocco TV. Well, let's go look them up before we get up out of here. And 21 Studios. Yeah, it's like Anthony the Dream Johnson been laying low for a good minute. How are they on here? You said random, but I found my daughter's teacher. Man, I've been running to a bunch of teachers out here too. I found my daughter's teacher on a dating app yesterday. She's a bad Latina, wanted to holler at her. I seen she had a ring on. Holler at her. Get them cheeks. Get them cheeks. Nah, none of these channels are black pill. Not one of these channels are black pill. Black pill people are a joke. None of these channels are black pill. None of them. You said this list is the people undoing the left's programming. Absolutely. In their own way or just straight up. Absolutely. And some of them without even saying it, but the ideology is there, you know? Let me see. Acro TV. Oh my God. Oh, my YouTube is becoming polluted, y'all. Hold on. Look at what be popping up on my timeline, y'all. We're going to watch this together so I don't feel bad.
Cecilia Bragantini. Altro 1,5 ritornato carpiato per lei veronese, fondazione
Bentegolo.
È la sua prima finale a livello assoluto.
Oh yeah, we here for swimming, y'all.
2006, come Ciancalino.
E anche lei sarebbe anche qualificata.
What type of clip that is?
So why didn't you call?
Oh, I knew they were gonna play some copyrighted shit. Let's utilize this mute button real quick. What the hell was that? We like swimming, y'all. You know, you can't be a straight man in today's society. What's her name? Selena Bragattini in the bikini. Selena Bragattini in the bikini. Oh man, more cheeks. Look, she fully dry now, y'all. Look, she got a whole camel toe. Diving. Wow, she is acrobatic. You know, imagine if we made this slower. Oh yeah. What's this? The Olympics? Her hairline crazy, but oh look. Oh yeah, wedgie. You know, because when you dive like that, you know, you do get a wedgie. You do get a wedgie. You know, when you dive like that, you get a veggie. That's how the Indian people call it. You get a veggie. Not a wedgie, but a veggie. I remember when an Indian dude was like, "Can I get?" I worked at a pita place. It was like, "Let me get the wedgie pita." I said, "The what? The vegetarian pizza?" Well, I'm gonna have to watch this later. Here's why you don't punch a cop. All right, let me see. Crow TV. Oh yeah, I know this guy. I think I subscribed to him. Oh, it's another black guy. They just threw in another black. So it's 3 black guys on the list. 3 black guys, 7 white guys. What's going on, Aaron B? All right. But listen, y'all. We'll be right back. He said, I want to see them geisha cakes again. Kuda going in again. Kuda in the pink. Look. Look. We have to selectively show cakes around here because it's illegal to be a heterosexual male in today's society. When you declare yourself as a heterosexual man, you're definitely on their list, all right? I think all black manosphere guys should claim gays and start getting like subsidies and housing vouchers and all kinds of shit. You dig what I'm saying? I can't be too straight. I have to be a little bit gay. All homo. All homo. I mean every single one of the homo statements I've made. Yes, Diddy. Shit. You can't be too straight now. No pause. Unpause. Unpause, War Masters. All noodles are straight till they get wet. Shout outs to everybody in the building, man. Look, I love y'all. Y'all pray for me. I got a lot going on. It's Player Talk Radio. He said, "No, I'm cool." It's Player Talk Radio. Shout outs to everybody in the building. I am your gracious host, DJ Kuda. Thank you to everybody that hit the like button and that supported today's show and support the future shows. Listen, I appreciate you guys. We will be right back. We're going to touch on this topic some more. And we're going to politically educate y'all. I'm going to let War Master take the floor because he's politically educated me. Shout outs to Devin D. Shout outs to New. Shout outs to Link. Shout outs to Aaron B. Shout outs to Ebo Sosa. Shout outs to everybody in the building. It's Player Talk Radio. We out. Peace.
Carl! Your Stouffer's pot pie's been on the table almost 10 hours. I want a divorce.
Daddy, I'm onto something big here. I don't know what this is, but it looks like something's burning up there. Go get my phone book, will you? Get my phone book. Get those names, those guys from NASA.
Excuse me, am I wearing a sign that says Carl Slave?
Go get my goddamn phone book! Get the book! Get the book!
We'll see you in fucking hell, you fucking asshole, you fucking liar, you fucking manipulator, you goddamn wish you would have played your cards right with me. Fucking asshole! We are fucking over, you fucking dumbass. I like to make music that moves people. Clap, 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 clap that ass, bitch. Shake that camel toe, let me see them.
happiness. If I broke, now my business.
I like to make music that moves people. Clap, 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 clap that ass, bitch. Shake that camel toe. Let me see them.
My nigga, don't put me on camera, bro.
Nah, you good, you good.
1,500 Asian lady did them.
At the dentist?
Yeah.
Nah, bro, you gotta go back, bro. What did they do?
They gonna file them down, but you know what I'm saying?
They put them over your regular teeth?
Nah, they took my teeth out and they gotta file them, bro.
Nah, fam. Nah, fam. Nah, bro, you gotta
really
go back.
hot-siding them. You hot-siding them.
Nah, I'm just saying, bro. The bitch is big, bro. You ain't seen yourself? Bro, I'm just saying, bro.
Swag like mine because it ain't a another like me. Huh? Since the day of my birth until I leave God's green earth, it ain't gonna be a another like me. They can duplicate, they can replicate, they can make carbon copies. A motherfucker could do me better than me if we swap bodies. Cause it ain't a another like me.
Bitch, I drop dick on the bitch. I drop a dick on the bitch. I drop a dick on a bitch. What? Oh shit.
Looks like that's the end of the video. If you learned something new, be sure to hit that like button. Yeah. Make sure you subscribe to Ink Ribbon